Using a big ol' scythe is not enough for you? You like the idea of cosplaying as the Grim Reaper but maybe also have an affinity for magic? Well good sir, you've come to the right place. Let me introduce to you the Reaper of Frost. Most Scythe builds use the Blood Loss ability as the main point of their build, however I thought this just wasn't fun enough as Blood Loss requires a lot of consecutive hits to actually pay off and do a lot of damage. The Reaper of Frost build, however, introduces the idea of replacing Blood Loss build-up with, you guessed it, the Frost build-up. Now Frost works very similar to Blood Loss, however it applies faster at the cost of a bit of damage. In my experience, this proves to be a lot more reliable than Blood Loss and generally is more fun to play as building up Frost can be achieved through not only bonking enemies with your weapon, but also through spells and skills. Additionally, it looks way cooler than the other builds, which is pretty important since, you know, fashion and style is truly what matters in this game. Now the key points of this build is the Ash of War you apply to your weapon, using a shit ton of frost spells as well as your weapon skill, and a very pointy hat you get from a certain Witch of the Woods in the game. Starting with the Ash of War, the one you're looking for is called Chilling Mist and can be obtained by killing a Teardrop Scarab south of Renna's Rise. While applying the Ash of War, make sure to select the Cold affinity for extra frost buildup. Next you want to complete Ranni's questline, as at the end of it you will get the Snow Witch hat, which will strengthen your frost spells. Last but not least, make sure to use frost spells specifically, as they will further help you build up that juicy frost on your enemies. Frost spells include, for example, Clintstone Icecrag, Freezing Mist, a Jeweller's Moonblade, or Ranni's Dark Moon. Now, apart from the Snow Witch hat, it doesn't really matter what kind of armor you're wearing. However, I would recommend something that somewhat pushes physical negation, as you're not really a caster per se, and still get in melee range most of the time. In terms of talismans, you're pretty much free to choose whatever you want, although I would recommend the ones on screen right now, since they seem to fit my build the best. When it comes to stats, the most important thing to do is to put a lot of points into strength, dexterity and intelligence, since those are the attributes your scythe actually scales with. For the rest, do whatever fits your playstyle the best. As for the staff, I'm using the Carrion Regal Scepter since it boosts Full Moon Sorcery, which complements the Ranni's Dark Moon spell, and because it has S-tier scaling in the intelligence department. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like and a sub, and have fun with your new Reaper of Frost build.